That's bullshit. So, Mr. Chairman,
I would have to get back to you.
that is a no. You're full of today. You're just being completely dishonest.
If Trump had been assassinated that day, gunmen had succeeded, would you have come and tendered your resignation?
I would still be sitting here because I would want to ensure the integrity of the investigation
Yeah.
that does not have specifics.
That's shocking. That means you're a failure at your job.
Nah, I gotta run that back. You had to let her know real quick. Hold on.
That does not have specifics.
That's shocking. That means you're a failure at your job.
Yeah, let her know. She's trash, man. Let her know.
Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle testifies on the Trump assassination attempt and gets absolutely cooked the entire time. Cheadle fails to answer basic questions about the historic Secret Service failure. This was literally 4 hours of this lady getting absolutely cooked and avoiding questions because she is the one in charge and Trump almost got killed.
This nigga almost got whacked on live TV. It's crazy to me, man. That's really crazy. It's 2024. Like, you really gotta realize that. Like, we almost saw that. Wait, what?
Oh, that's what happens, boys, but it's almost hard to watch. So yeah, hit subscribe. Here we go.
Prior to her appointment,
Hey, it's hard to watch, but I know it's about to be peak comedy, peak entertainment, and your boy loves to get some peak entertainment, man.
Cheadle was Senior Director of Global Security at PepsiCo. Before her role at Pepsi, she served 27 years
Shawty was at Pepsi.
in the Secret Service.
Wait, what? She went from Secret Service to Pepsi, back to Secret Service?
I don't know if I'm impressed or a little discouraged. I don't know, but either way, it's kind of interesting. From Pepsi to Secret Service back to Pepsi.
Pursuant to Committee Rule 9G, the witness will please stand and raise her right hand.
Okay, Matt.
My name is Kimberly Cheadle, and I'm the Director of the United States Secret Service. The assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump on July 13th is the most significant.
Damn, it's the 26th. I'm watching this on the 26th. Okay. That was 13 days ago. Whoa. It's crazy how time flies.
Operational failure of the Secret Service in decades.
So who's getting fired? And who caused all this?
I would like to offer my sincerest condolences to the family of Corey Comparator, a former fire chief and a hero who was killed in this senseless shooting.
Yeah, he died because you weren't locked in enough. How does that feel?
United States Secret Service, I take full responsibility for any security lapse of our agency.
So are you resigning? I'm confused.
She has to. She gotta leave. She gotta quit. You're done. You're cooked. I'm pretty sure none of these people want you here. They're only here so they want you here for these questions. They want you to answer why are you so bad at your job. This man almost got iced on live television. Why was no one like blocking off areas or where there's a shooter? Why did the crowd know that there's a shooter?
Fully cooperating with ongoing investigations. We must learn what happened, and I will move heaven and earth to ensure that an incident like July 13th does not happen again. Let me state unequivocally, nothing I have said should be interpreted to place blame for this failure on our federal, state, or local law enforcement partners who supported the Secret Service in Butler.
She got that thing on her nose. I forgot what it's called. She got one of them things on her nose. You know she can't be trusted.
Shielded former President Trump with their own bodies on stage while shots were being fired, selflessly willing to make the ultimate sacrifice without hesitation. I am proud beyond words of the actions taken by the former president's detail, the counter-sniper team who neutralized the gunman, and the tactical team who was prepared to act. I will be transparent as possible when I speak with you, meaning though at times that I may be limited in providing a thorough response in this open setting due to associated risks with sharing highly sensitive protective methodologies. I do not want to inadvertently provide you today with inaccurate information. The security plan included a full assessment of the Butler Farm showgrounds to identify security vulnerabilities and craft a security plan for the protectee, attendees, and the public. Immediately following the assassination attempt, I directed the activation of my crisis center. I assembled my executive team to begin surging more protective resources to the former president and to ensure the wellness of our people post-incident. I immediately ordered a reevaluation of the Republican National Convention security plan, and I increased the security posture in the National Capital Region for all permanent protectees and sites. At the same time, I initiated a mission assurance investigation within our agency.
That's hilarious. She's trying to exhaust all these options. Shawty, you're about to get fired. You're not gonna be able to utilize anything you just created.
I have full confidence in the men and women of the Secret Service. They are
Not you though. Maybe the rest of them, man. Maybe the rest got a chance.
worthy of our support in executing our protective mission. I will now answer any questions that the committee may have.
So are you going to resign?
Hey, let's start with the building that the shooter used to shoot President Trump from. At any point Saturday, did the Secret Service have an agent on top of that roof?
Sir, I'm sure as you can imagine that we are just 9 days out from this incident, and there's still an ongoing investigation. And so I want to make sure that any information that we are providing to you is factual.
can't, okay.
See, I knew that was going to be kind of a loophole for her to get out of that. It's an ongoing investigation, which I get, but...
Oh, most definitely, Goat. Most definitely. Okay, so it looks like we're about to find out what building my man was on. Let's get to it. Let's see how he was able to almost execute this plan.
Can you answer why the Secret Service didn't place a single agent on the roof?
We are still looking into the advanced process and the decisions that were made.
Okay. That building within the perimeter, that should be secure. Do we agree with that?
The building was outside of the perimeter.
And it should have been in the perimeter. It was 200 yards away.
Not only a president of Canada, we have a former president, whether you like him or not, visiting a certain area, giving a speech. And this guy, he's known to be very controversial. I mean, you guys should have the security in order. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it should be a very broad radius when it comes to looming threats, especially where he's at. I'm pretty sure it was in like Pennsylvania or something. Why is not the whole area like on lock? You know what I'm saying? Why is the whole area on lock? Like everything near it, like this is huge. He's here. He's speaking. This should be a thing.
That there wasn't an agent on the roof because it was a sloped roof. Is that normal? And do you fear that immediately creates an opportunity for future would-be assassins?
Wait, sloped roof? I think I did see that somewhere. A sloped roof is why they weren't up there? Come on, that's total horseshit.
I wasn't a Secret Service agent on the roof, and there have been reports that agents were supposed to be on the roof, but it was hot that day and they didn't want to be on the roof. Can you answer any of those questions?
I should have been more clear in my answer when I spoke about where we place personnel in that interview. Was a plan in place to provide overwatch. When we are providing overwatch, whether that be through counter snipers or other technology, prefer to have sterile rooftops.
Did the Secret Service use any drones for surveillance that day?
So again, I'm not going to get into specifics of that day.
Why not? You're at this hearing, and I mean, things need to be heard. You know, the irony. We need to know everything. Everything you have to offer that can defend your case. Every valid reason you have to why you suck at your job. We need to know. Sadly, we as the people need to know why you effed up this bad.
Secret Service does deploy an asset like a
There were reports that the shooter used a drone just a few hours before the rally start time.
Telling me this man was able to practice his drone strike, use the score streak, load it up, practice it, and not a soul knew.
report.
Do you know? If you can't answer the question, that's your answer. But can you answer this? Do you know? I'm not asking yes or no, but do you know if the shooter used a drone?
That information has been passed to us from the FBI.
How many Secret Service agents were assigned to President Trump on the day of the rally?
Again, I'm not going to get into the specifics of the numbers, personnel that we had there, but there was a sufficient number of agents assigned.
There are reports that several agents assigned to the rally on July 13th were temporary agents not normally assigned to President Trump. Is that accurate?
What I can tell you is that the agents that were assigned to former President Trump are Secret Service agents that provide close protection to him, and that was what was actual on that day.
How many temporary agents were there that day?
Quite frequently, sir, during campaign events, the Secret Service utilizes agents from HSI or the Department of Homeland Security.
You don't know how many? You
Supplement
can't answer.
our plan.
Have the investigators reconstructed the shooter's precise movements over the past days, weeks, and months?
So again,
We need to have confidence that if the FBI is leading this investigation, leading a credible investigation, because there's some of us sitting up here today that don't have a lot of confidence.
I understand your question, Chairman, and I share your concerns about wanting to make sure that we have factual information. The FBI is conducting a criminal investigation. The Secret Service is conducting an internal investigation.
Had the Trump detail requested additional resources?
For the event on July 13th, the assets that were requested for that day were given.
Had been flagged as a potential threat. Is that accurate?
What I can say is that the individual was identified as suspicious.
What a complete failure. Anyone who gets deemed suspicious and they don't just go kick him out or go talk to him instantly within a few minutes.
So the Secret Service did not know that the gunman actually had a weapon before President Trump was allowed to get up on the stage.
To the best of our knowledge and the facts that we have at this point, that is correct.
How can a 20-year-old with his father's AR-15 assault weapon climb onto a roof with a direct 150-yard line of sight to the speaker's podium without the Secret Service or local police stopping him?
I would like to know those answers as well, which is why we are going through these investigations to be able to determine that fully.
The building should have had 1 or 2 people in it at least. A building 200 yards away is not part of their secured perimeter, and someone can climb up on it with a gun.
Statements can't be true. Were you guessing or lying when you said you didn't turn down requests from President Trump's detail?
Neither, sir, and I appreciate the question.
But what were you doing? Because those statements don't jive.
For the event in Butler, there were no requests that were denied. As far as requests...
Well, maybe they got tired of asking. Maybe you turned them down so darn much they said, not worth asking.
Jordan is hot, man. Jordan not playing with her. Jordan, this man looks very like he looks like a Disney villain or something. I can't place it, but I really can't place it. He just looks like just an important figure. He just looks like he has a face for this shit, you know?
Was Mr. Guglielmi your spokesperson? He said he acknowledged the Secret Service had turned down some requests. I'm asking how many?
A denial of a request does not equal a vulnerability.
Well, tell me what it is.
There are a number of ways that threats and risks can be
The
mitigated.
tie that nigga got on, man, he is not playing with you, shorty.
That be through personnel, whether that be through technology or other
Well,
resources.
tell the committee which it was. They asked for additional help in some form or another. You told them no. How many times did you tell them no, and what'd you tell them no to?
That's an easy question to answer. She's pretty much deflecting it.
Again, I cannot speak to specific incidents, but I can tell you in general terms, the Secret Service is judicious with their resources based on...
What does some request mean?
Exactly, bro. Why can't she answer anything? It's like a meme. Why can't she answer anything?
Request is plural. So more than once they asked for additional help, and you turned them down. What did they ask for, and how many times did you turn them down? Pretty basic question.
So again, without having all of the details in front of me, sir,
Shorty ain't got no details. 8 minutes into the video, Shorty still ain't got no details.
is that there are
You
times...
didn't get briefed on how many times you turned down the Trump detail when they asked for additional help?
I'm sorry.
You didn't get briefed on that before you came to this hearing, knowing you were going to get asked that question?
She claims she has 400 plus bodies.
What I can tell you is that in generic terms, when details make a request, there are times that there are alternate ways to cover off on that threat.
Have you talked to the counter sniper who took the shot that took out the bad guy?
Yes, I have.
And can you tell us about that conversation?
I would not want to reveal conversations that I've had with my employees.
That's exactly the kind of information the American people want to know.
Really is my nigga. My nigga, what you say? What you say? Really is my Really miss my nigga.
Okay, but you miss your nigga. What you mean you miss your nigga?
What?